if you've heard this one. Worlds will live. Worlds will die. Imagine if your every fear, each bad decision, give birth to a malformed world of nightmare. A world that shouldn't exist, and desperate as it fights to survive in the light of the true multiverse far above. These worlds are doomed to rot apart, to die, because they are wrong at their core. Welcome to the Dark Multiverse. Home to stories that should never be. It's all one big cosmic joke. Except nobody on this side is laughing.
Which one was that, Bats? Mercy Hospital? Maybe Gotham General? It's hard to keep the chaos straight this late in the game. Ah, come on! You have to get into the spirit of this thing if you're gonna make it right! There you go! You see, Bats, we're running out of time, you and me. I can't allow the joke to go on for too long, because if it gets taken too far, then it isn't very funny anymore, is it? Well, tonight, I'm gonna tell it. What's this now? A family entering an alleyway.
No.
Oh, yeah. I know what happens next.
Joker!
Oh, and here we go.
Stop!
Never! I'll never stop! Oh, no!
No, you'll stop!
You still don't have the guts, do you? Nope! I can tell!
Stop!
It's going to be you and me together forever.
Stop. Stop. I said stop. He was dying, Clark. The chemicals that made him who he was were eating away at him from the inside. That's what pushed him to take things so far. Why he pushed me.
Are you alright?
You're asking whether I'm going to slide down the slippery slope. No. Not sorry that he's dead, but I won't give him the satisfaction of becoming what he wanted me to be.
That's all I needed to hear, Bruce.
But I've heard he's infected others with his toxin.
I told you not to worry about that. I'm going to be administering the treatment myself. They'll be dealing with someone they can't hurt.
You say that as though they've hurt someone already.
A psychologist spoke to one this afternoon, and nearly got her throat bitten out for it.
I'm sorry. That wasn't funny.
Something's wrong. You've been holed up here all day. Just talk to us, Bruce.
You're right. I've been stalling, but there's no hiding from the truth. When I killed the Joker, I was infected with a new strain of the neurotoxin, unlike anything I've seen before.
How?
It was there all along, in his heart. More virulent than anything he'd ever unleashed. It was trapped in his cells, harmless unless...
Unless he died.
Yes. As soon as necrosis hit, the toxin was released, just enough to infect one person in close proximity.
Bruce.
It's been at work, rewiring my mind to make it more like his. The process is allowed to run its course. I'll have the same highly ordered mind that I've always had, but with the moral core replaced by something evil.
That was the bastard's final wish, huh? He'd get you to kill him, and then you would literally become him.
Have you told anyone else?
No. I wanted to be certain first. Certain that you would be ready to fight me.
God, God, Bruce, we're not gonna fight you. We're trying to help you.
I think the best thing to do right now is lock you in a prison that you can't escape from. Maybe the Phantom Zone?
That won't work.
Then we'll find another solution.
Don't forget you trained us for things like this.
No, you don't understand.
Yes, we do, Bruce. We've all been hurt by that monster. This is just another one of Joker's games, and we're planning to win it.
I know, that's why I brought you all here.
Well, yeah, we're here to help.
No, not to help. I brought you here because you three would notice something was wrong with me before anyone else would.
Bruce?
I'm sorry, but I can't allow that.
What are you doing?
Something you weren't prepared for.
Bruce.
I've been thinking a lot the past few days about the man I once was. I just strolled through the Justice League's trophy room and it struck me how many weapons we've gathered over the years. I remember how I justified bringing them here. You thought they should be destroyed, but I wanted to know how they worked. And I do, Superman. I know how to operate machines that can level entire cities in seconds. They used to keep me up at night, but I didn't know why. Now that my mind's been put right, I finally understand. It's so simple. I wanted to use them, Clark. I wanted to use each and every one of them.
Why are you doing this, Bruce?
Ha! Because I want to. Because I don't have to hold back anymore.
I thought we were friends.
Friends? Ah, hell, I'm disappointed that I only get to do this once. Do you even realize how many ways I know how to kill you? I've been fantasizing this for years.
The others. They'll see what you are. They'll fight back.
They better. What fun would it be if they didn't fight back? If they didn't fight back like pregnant Lois?
Oh God, Clark, what has he done?
Pregnant? No. No! Don't!
Why don't you use that Superman charm of yours to tell Lois it'll all be okay? Puff out that chest of yours and tell her that the good guys are going to win in the end.
I won't cheapen what I stand for. I won't lie to her.
Oh, that's okay. You can lie to my family instead.
You did this? To your own son?
It only took a little push, and he did it to himself. I actually got the idea from him for what I'm about to do to you, old chum. You know what this is, don't you? A chunk of black kryptonite. May as well be a lump of coal for turning you into a naughty Superman.
Bruce, you don't have to do this.
I know. Catch.
No.
Clark? Get back! Stop!
It was simple. Killing my entire world, really. 'Cause you see, a Batman who laughs is a Batman who always wins.
Where am I? Oh my God! What are you doing?
I studied the designs for the cosmic treadmill and repurposed its engine to let me harness your connection to the Speed Force. I'm going to race into the Speed Force and steal it from you.
Bruce? Don't!
We're going to save everyone together like you wanted. You're a good friend, Barry. I could always count on you. And your compassion.
Don't! Ah!
What we've become, it's given me hope that we can save this world. Even if it means the destruction of another.
Bruce, it's Barry! Stay away from him! Don't listen!
What are you? Someone very much like you. I'm someone who lost their world simply because it was born down here. Down? Our worlds aren't meant to last. They are destined to die. It's a cruel law of nature in this place. You can feel it yourself, can't you? Your time is meant to end now. What if I told you there was a world far, far above us that was destined to live, though? I'm here to gather others like us. Others who can conquer that world to make a home for those who are orphaned by the darkness. Tell me more. Diana. Ares, you'll pay for what you've done.
Enlighten me, mortal. Themyscira is littered with the dead. All have fallen. Who are you to challenge the god of war?
Diana had warned me of its power, of its ability to corrupt, but at that moment I saw it and knew it was the only way. I had to become as merciless as Ares in order to win the war. But not all wars can be won. In a matter of minutes, this world will cease to exist. If not for all the explosions, you would have felt the tremors. You lie. That helmet of yours allows you to peer into the hearts of men. Now, I may not have a heart, but you can sense who I am, can't you? I didn't have to use the helmet to know. I heard his voice, like mine, but it chilled me to the bone. It's a losing war, Bruce. You know that I'm speaking the truth and that I wouldn't be here if I didn't have an offer to make. You warned me of its power. You warned me that once I put it on, I would never take it off. I love you, Diana, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you tried to take it from me. But what was I supposed to do when I saw you were alive? You reached for it, Diana, for my helmet. I had to strike you down. Just like I have no other choice but to follow this other merciless and maddened version of me. This is the Red Death. I'm sure you two will become fast friends.
Enough of this. Tell us where the Batman is before we truly get rough with you.
Answer him!
But Batman? What, pray tell, is a Batman? Perhaps there's another way that I can be of service.
Perhaps there is. This is what your loyalty should cost you.
Play again.
Bruce, this has to stop.
Barry's right. We're concerned.
It's not healthy to be watching this over and over again.
I'll tell you what's not healthy, Barry. It's not healthy to stand here knowing that the man who raised me like a father is in a casket upstairs with 36 shattered bones. That we couldn't have an open casket because he was beaten to a pulp 6 feet from where you're standing. My whole life he's been there for me. No matter what I had done, no matter what I'd said to him that may have hurt, I would ring and he would come. It's not healthy that he won't be there anymore, and that it's all my fault.
Bruce, what happened to Alfred was horrible, but it's not your fault any more than it is Bane's. Look, I'm going upstairs to join the others for the wake. I hope you'll join us.
Victor, wait.
Yeah?
The cybernetic enhancements you have, they make you stronger and more durable. But what about your emotions?
What are you asking me, Bruce?
I've always been held back by two things. The limits of my body and my humanity. I want to run some tests on you and see if I can change that.
The best part of you is your humanity. You know how much time I spend worrying about becoming more machine than man?
But why would that matter if you could be spared pain and get back at the ones who tried giving you that pain? It's the only way I can get back at Bane.
Are you stupid? You're talking about getting revenge and allowing yourself to become some horrible murder machine. I'm sorry. I know that you're hurting. I didn't mean to yell at you. It's just, you really don't get it, do you? Becoming a cyborg, losing yourself, it isn't something good. It's probably the worst thing that could ever happen to you.
Victor, you're wrong. The things you would be capable of if you were to just forget feelings and abandon compassion.
A virus? Impossible. I just upgraded my firewalls. They should be impenetrable. Wait, the day signature. You freak! You uploaded the virus the first day you met me!
It was in case I'd ever need to subdue you. Now it seems to have come in handy. If you won't cooperate with me willingly to help me become like you, then I'll force you.
Oh, I don't think I've ever seen Bane look so pathetic. From one dark night to another. Color me impressed. What are you? My scans show that you aren't a clone, but you are me. Another Earth, maybe. Oh, did you figure that out using Google or Bing? Why are you here? You don't seem afraid of what's happening to your dying world, as much as you don't seem bothered about breaking your moral code. Is it because you figure this is the end, or is it something more? The first thing I did when I transferred my subconscious into this cybernetic body was remove weak emotions like fear or guilt. Then you're just like me. Your moral compass is removed. We really are birds of a feather, aren't we? And you know what they say.
Barry, you were my hero, Barry. Why didn't you save me?
Ah!
Barry? What's wrong?
Nothing. It was just a nightmare. Sorry for waking you up.
Do you want to talk about it?
No, thanks. You can go back to sleep. You have work in the morning.
So do you. We work at the same place, remember?
Right, yeah. Alright, I'll try to fall asleep again too. On second thought, I'm going for a run. Don't wait up on me.
Okay.
You deserve better than this, Wally. I won't fail Max the same way that I failed you. That's a promise.
Barry,
Jay?
I don't mean to interrupt.
Oh, don't worry about that. It's always a pleasure to see you. What brings you here, anyhow?
Well, I tried looking for you at Darwin's lab first.
Oh, I see. Yeah, a lot happened since we last saw each other.
Well, I suppose you can always catch up with me on the way.
Huh?
Sorry. I should have asked first, but I really need you to come with me.
Alright. But go with you where? What is this place?
This is the Council of Flashes. A place where Flashes all across the multiverse can collaborate and seek advice.
This is amazing. How many of you are there?
As of right now, there's 52 of us.
That's excluding the one of us that we lost. Lost? You mean... Geez, Jay, you didn't even tell the kid why you brought him here?
We were in a bit of a hurry.
It's no issue. We can catch him up to speed ourselves.
Accelerated, man. You're here too?
Long time no see, Barry.
Let's get to the matter at hand, everyone. Pleasantries can be reserved for later.
Right. The reason I brought you here has to do with the member of the council who was found dead. Johnny Thunder, Flash of Earth 18. Johnny was found completely drained of his speed force, and we think that he's only the beginning.
We have reason to believe that the killer will go after you next, if they truly are going after us individually. What makes you think that? What would they possibly target me for?
Wow, you really don't go to the shell much, do you?
What Fastback means to say is that our Earths aren't as far spread apart as you think.
Running diagnostics on the pattern of Earths and formulating a trail. The clear course is for you, Bartholomew Henry Allen.
Poor Johnny, he was just a pit stop along the way to you.
Slow and steady wins the race.
That one is a giant talking turtle.
He's very insensitive, but you'll get used to it.
It makes sense that an enemy who can travel between Earths would target someone from Earth Prime. I'm Earth Prime? Get off your high horse. Every Earth is full of meaningful life.
Come on, he didn't mean it like that.
I hope you don't mind me asking, but how come you all didn't do something about the killer already? I mean, you're an entire team of Flashes. Us? Me? We? We're a bit preoccupied with our own problems.
There is a much greater threat on the horizon.
The killer comes from an obscure collection of negative Earths that were destined to be destroyed. They were Earths devoured by a powerful being, one that now has its attention redirected towards our positive Earths. The being, whatever it is following the killer.
Since the Council monitors these Earths, we consider the entity an anti-monitor in such regard.
The Council only wanted to warn you, Barry. But I brought you here in good confidence that you'd understand.
No, I get it. I appreciate the warning, and thank you for letting me in on all of this, Jay.
We'll keep you in the loop so long as you do the same.
Sounds good to me. I just have one question. What the hell is he doing here?
Oh, him? He's the most honorary Flash of us all.
Sure he is.
There you are. I didn't see you when I woke up and got worried when you weren't here at the precinct.
Sorry. I wound up running into Jay and guess I lost track of time.
Well, there's plenty to make up for. This is the next case that Fred wants you to run diagnostics on. Wait, did you say Jay? What did he want?
Nothing new. He was just warning me about another potential enemy.
He came all the way from Earth 2 just to warn you?
It's more of a multiversal threat, I guess. The kind that's killing Flashes of several Earths on their way to ours.
Oh my god, that's awful and terrifying.
Hey, I'll be fine. If Jay didn't think I could handle it alone, then he would have stuck around to help. Like I said, this is nothing new.
If you say so.
Look, out the window.
That looks like it's coming from the roof.
The signal thing is reserved for Gotham. Who are you and what are you doing in my city?
I come from worlds that are given a red death. So that's what I'll be to you. A red death.
That voice. Bruce? Bruce, if there's any part of you left inside that suit of armor, then you're still my friend. And if there's anything that I can count on, it's your compassion.
What did you just say? Go ahead. Run, Barry! Run! It won't save you.
What the... Bart?
Sorry I didn't write you letters, but it's pretty played out in the future.
Haha, I can't say I didn't miss your jokes.
I've missed you too, Gramps.
But wait, if you're here, then was Bruce really going to kill me back there?
Actually, I didn't come here because of my existence fading like last time. This time it was Jay that time leaped to fill me in on what the council had to say. Though, I would have probably come back in time to help you regardless, if he really did kill you, since I would have had to prevent it later instead of right now.
I hate time travel.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, that wasn't Earth's Batman.
I'm aware of that much. The council filled me in too. I just didn't really expect an evil Batman with access to the Speed Force.
I think that's why Jay came and got me. Batman wouldn't expect someone from the future, so I was able to catch him off guard.
It's a good idea, but that only works once.
Unless...
Unless what?
Unless we get help from another person that this Batman would least expect to show up.
Who'd you have in mind?
Himself.
Barry. And Bart, wasn't it? This is an unexpected visit.
When is it ever not?
Fair enough. What can I do for you?
So, hypothetically, how would you beat yourself?
Excuse me?
This might be hard to believe, but we're dealing with an evil version of you that has access to the Speed Force somehow.
Really?
I wouldn't come all the way from the future just to pull a prank. Well, maybe I would, but that's besides the point.
If you're up against an empowered version of myself, then you're going to have to find a way to prohibit that power. There's no other way to stop me in my tracks.
But how?
There's one of two ways. You either target the weaknesses you have knowledge of when it comes to the Speed Force, or you target my mentality.
Your mentality?
Remind me of the trauma with my parents. Just be very careful when you do. I'm dangerous when provoked.
Yeah, that's sort of the problem. What about fighting fire with fire? Can you lend us a hand?
I can be a distraction, but that's all I'll be good for. I'm not up to par for fighting anymore.
That'll be more than enough.
So, how are we going to find evil Batman?
He calls himself Red Death. I don't think that'll be a problem, considering he was the one who lured me out to begin with.
Then there's no time to lose. We should get over to Central City.
Right, I'll carry you.
You're not carrying me. I'll drive.
He'll carry you. It's faster.
Barry, don't! It seems as though this Earth's Batman has the same backup players hidden across different cities.
Oh, it certainly does make getting around a lot easier, doesn't it? We could also cut down on hotel costs without even using Trivago.
Where are the others?
Oh, don't concern yourself with what they're doing.
But you've been withholding information from me.
Of course. I'm deliberately only sharing half the plan with you. 'Cause you're really only half a Batman, aren't you?
I've got Barry under control.
Oh, maybe in that shiny red helmet of yours. But what of this Earth's Barry Allen? Killing him is the most important part.
I told you that you can entrust me to do it.
And you haven't done it. You only have until midnight now. After that, I'll be taking matters into my own hands.
I'm just as much a Dark Knight as the others. I could kill you before you let out the first syllable of a laugh.
Then why haven't you?
There's a time that you'd never work with someone like the Joker, even if it were yourself.
Shut up. He's right. You need to stay out of my head.
That's hard to do when we share it.
I said shut up!
Sure, Bruce. I just hope you don't hate being alone more than you hate me. How can you even eat at a time like this?
Hey, us speedsters have a high metabolism.
We need to be prepared.
Relax, Gramps. I'm prepared. First of all, there's no telling when Red Death is gonna show up, and second of all, stakeouts are practically all about the snacks you get to have during the wait. What makes you so sure he'll come here anyways?
He tried signaling me from the roof the first time, and this is where Fiona is. Unless Red Death's version of me had better luck on his Earth, Fiona is really all I've got left anymore. He might wind up going after her to get to me.
I don't know. Wouldn't he have just gone after her to begin with?
You've got a point. This version of Bruce clearly knows my identity like our version, so he should also know about the ones I love. Why hasn't he tried using them against me?
You think there's still a bit of humanity left in him, don't you?
Part of me is hoping he doesn't come here. The signal was like a courtesy. He could have killed people. He could have caused havoc. He didn't, though. He just signaled me and fought one-on-one. Whatever his reasoning, he's still got lines he won't cross.
He's not like our Batman. You have to remember that. We can't underestimate him.
Yeah. Thanks, Bart.
There you are.
It's him!
Wait!
I warned my Earth's version of you. Don't act on impulse. I wonder if you heard that here before, or if you just simply don't pay attention.
Let him go!
Our parents must be proud of what you've become. What did you say? You heard me. Do you really think Mom and Dad would approve of what you're doing? Is this what Batman is supposed to stand for? You don't understand any more than they would. Understand what? That you become the very thing you swore to fight against? You're me. You should know that it takes a monster to kill a monster. Except, we're not supposed to kill. That's what separates us from them. This isn't about a young boy in an alleyway anymore. This involves the entire multiverse.
You won't shut me out anymore.
No, no!
You can run from them, but you can't run from me. What the hell just happened?
It looks like the helmet he was wearing kept his moral compass at bay. Without it, I don't think he'll be causing us any more trouble.
Sweet! A souvenir.
You mean he was sharing his mind with another version of me?
It looked that way.
Then, that must have been why he didn't go after Fiona. Somewhere deep inside him, my feelings contradicted his own.
You bring out the best in people, Barry. It's no different for any version of myself.
Well, in that case, what do you think is going to happen to him now?
Back so soon?
Where is your helmet?
I lost it in the fight. I can get it back.
You failed again, haven't you?
He wasn't alone. If you shared your plan.
Oh, Barry. Always tried to get a quick peek at the plan.
What?
Don't worry. Oh, you've played your part well, traitor. You've given them hope. You've deluded them into thinking you're all they should worry about.
What are you talking about?
You were a distraction.
We buried Wally next to Iris. It only felt right.
If only I'd been there. Maybe I could have helped.
It's not your time, Bart. It was just his.
Still, if only I'd come sooner.
Well, it's not like I don't mind having you around, but then you would have been stuck here sooner.
You're serious about Darwin being gone too?
Yeah. Without him, the Cosmic Treadmill's maintenance is practically non-existent. I wouldn't know where to even begin when it comes to making a time sphere either.
I guess I really am trapped in this century then.
Hey, chin up. We'll get you back to your own timeline eventually. Besides, I could use the help. Without Wally around, things have been pretty hard to manage alone.
But it feels wrong. I don't want to replace him.
You won't be. You'll be doing him a favor. You'll be carrying out his legacy.
Are you sure?
Positive. I know that he would be proud to give you his title. Kid Flash.
What the? Can anyone hear me? Is somebody there? Hello?
I know we bats prefer the dark when we sleep, but it took you a while longer to wake up than I expected.
Whoever you are.
Is it that hard to recognize your own voice when there's a smile to go along with it.
Whatever you've done.
Our threats are only scary when we actually mean them, Brucey. And from the sound of my voice, we both know that I mean mine.
What do you mean by that?
Let's just say you aren't the only Justice Leaguer who's going to be in a tough predicament tonight.
They can handle anything you throw at them.
Really? Then what would have been the point of our contingency plans? Impossible. The only one capable of accessing or bypassing my encryption
is myself.
Who else would even know about Protocol Babel to use it, right?
You're what then? A clone? From an alternate Earth?
You are the world's greatest detective.
So what have you done to me? Where am I?
6 feet under. Well, maybe deeper than that.
You've buried me alive, then.
Oh, don't worry. I left you someone to keep you company. I was sure dear old Dad wanted to see how you've grown. That letter Barry gave us makes me think so.
You.
I'll let you two catch up. After all, I've some catching up of my own to do with our friends in the League, remember?
No, you deranged piece of shit!
I know! I'm the real you.
Does the Justice League even exist anymore?
What are you talking about? Of course it does!
I don't know, Billy. Aquaman and Wonder Woman went into space like Green Lantern. Batman has been acting different. And Superman is... you know.
Yeah, I do. More than anyone.
Shouldn't you be out there right now? Like, patrolling or whatever?
It's a school night, and there's 2 tests tomorrow.
There is?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. You might still have school, but you're also a freaking superhero. And with Superman gone, you're kind of the closest thing to him. He was training you too, wasn't he? Isn't it up to you to, like, take his place?
How could I ever replace Superman?
You can do all of the same stuff, can't you? You're strong, can fly.
It's not the same, Freddy! I'm just a kid! There was still a lot he didn't get to teach me yet.
Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. I was just trying to help.
I know. I'm sorry too. It's just tough, you know?
Yeah, I still can't believe he's gone either.
Let's just go to sleep. 2 tests, remember?
Right.
I'm back, and better than ever. No, that's terrible. Why, hello, beautiful. Fancy seeing you here. That's just stupid. This is her house. I brought you flowers. They look and smell as great as you do. No, that's kind of creepy. Hey, Carol. I'm back. I know this is as sudden as I came in and out of your life, but I don't want to do that anymore. I want to be here for you forever, from now on. Will you marry me? Why is this so hard? My superpowers are literally based around willpower. If I can't summon the courage to tell Carol that I love her, then what the hell else is my will good for? Oh, right. Saving people's lives. Good thing I have more than just one ring on me tonight.
Oh, hot.
Next time, maybe you should think before you act.
Oh, come on, Fiona. We both know that Bart is the impulsive one.
Still, sometimes you move before you think. This time it was cookies, but what if the next thing that burns you is heat waves flames?
Alright, Cookie Sheriff. I'll wait for them to cool down next time. Geez, I didn't ask for a lecture.
Even the Flash needs to stop and think every once in a while.
Why? That's what I have you for.
Okay, I'll give you that one. That was smooth. What? Oh, you've got company.
Bruce? No need to be so dramatic. I just paid the electric bill. Bruce?
He must be here to discuss some sort of top secret superhero stuff. I'll leave you two alone then.
Sure. Thanks, Fiona. Bruce, what's this all about? You aren't. Where's the real Batman?
Alright. Who's the one who needs their license revoked? Anybody trapped in there? Hello? Wow. These are some powerful fumes.
Breathe it in. That's fear.
Batman?
One of them.
Billy, did you hear that?
But Batman?
What is it? What's wrong? Wait, Batman?
It would have been better for you had you stayed asleep.
What's that supposed to mean? Billy?
I don't know.
Not for lack of mercy, but to prevent prolonging your death with a struggle.
Death?
I don't know who you are or why you're pretending to be Batman, but I do have one thing to say to you. Shazam! How about that, huh? You got anything to say before I beat you up?
Only what you said.
Shazam! Wait, what? How?
It was only theoretical, but it worked. I played your voice back and hoped for the best. Now, perish.
Shut up!
Billy!
We both know that I don't really like guns, but this one is special.
That's the gun that was used on your parents, isn't it?
Oh, fair enough. Maybe it's just the bullet that's special. A bullet just for you, Barry.
We both know that it'd never touch me.
Oh, you could step aside and dodge it, but then what would that prove?
I have more than one way to use my powers. What's happening?
A vibrating bullet. One that you can't phase through. Oh, who knew all it took was a little goading to get you to fall for it? Now that's funny.
You really should. Got me.
All it takes is one bullet to end a life, Barry. It's one of the lessons I learned that night in the alley.
Bruce, don't do this.
Huh, funny. That's exactly what the Barry Allen of my world said before he died.
Bruce, what happened to you?
Forget it. I'm fine. It's the others I'm worried about.
Others? Who?
The Justice League is under attack.
What? By who?
By me. Children, you clearly don't have reasonable judgment.
Hey, Superman?
Yes, Billy?
Can I ask you something?
You just did.
You know what I meant.
Yeah, I do. Go ahead.
I was wondering, how do you always know what to do in a tough situation? Whenever you have to choose between saving someone or stopping a villain, or even whether or not to be yourself or, well, Superman.
Well, honestly, I don't.
Huh?
My old man once said the world wasn't ready for me. It looks like Pa wasn't right about that one. Everyone needs a hero. I'm trying to say that even adults can make mistakes sometimes. So you shouldn't worry about making some of your own when it comes to choices such as that.
So it was easy for you then?
What was?
Deciding whether to be Superman or not.
So that's what this is about. Billy, just because you become an adult when you use your powers, it doesn't mean that you become an entirely separate person. Whether I'm wearing this cape or not, I'm always trying to help someone. I can tell the same goes for you.
It's hard to look at it that way. I mean, I can't imagine Superman as some regular guy. Or, heck, what if you were like me? There's no way someone like you could be someone my age.
Well, a regular guy can buy you ice cream like I did, couldn't they? Someone your age could do that too. Who's to say there's any difference?
I guess.
Just remember, Billy, it's all in your heart. It's that what makes you who you are. And that's what never changes.
Superman was right. It's not about becoming somebody else. It's about who I will myself to be!
Impossible.
Shazam!
That's not going to work this time, Tin Man! Thanks, Superman. Even now, you're teaching me new things. Freddy, are you okay?
Yeah. Do you think this will get me out of taking the test tomorrow, or will I just be sent to the school nurse?
Yeah, you're okay.
You're weak because you're afraid.
No, that's not true.
A soldier who is afraid of dying in combat should never go to war.
No, get away from me.
It's okay, I'm here to help.
What did you do?
You were doused with a version of Scarecrow's fear toxin. What I just gave you is the antidote.
Right. Because fear is the enemy of will. The constructs I'm able to create with my ring would be weakened if I were afraid.
You should be fine now.
The smoke that I inhaled from the fire must have been how I was affected. Who the hell would come up with a plan such as that?
Bruce.
What?
Bruce did this to you.
Barry!
Bruce, I've been shot.
With a special bullet, I know. Don't worry. All I have to do is reach in and take it.
Ow. That sucked.
How are you feeling?
Honestly, pretty angry that I fell for such an obvious ploy. Bruce, it was some deranged version of you. Like a mix between you and the Joker. We've got to stop him.
I've already sent Richard to aid the others.
Others?
The entire Justice League was targeted. I was buried alive, and that other version of myself said there's more like him to make it happen simultaneously.
Right. This explains Red Death, that version of you that had the Speed Force in them.
But Red Death was more like a test. This attack was more calculated, more precise. This one was mine.
Don't blame yourself. It might be you, but it's not you.
Except that it is, Barry. That vibrating bullet, the special weapons and plans for the others, they were all mine. I came up with them.
You... what? I don't understand. Why would you ever come up with ways to harm us?
It was because of you, Barry.
Me? I thought we were friends.
We are. But when you told me about Flashpoint and how the League had started calling itself the Justice Lords, I thought it in everyone's best interest to create a contingency plan should any of us ever turn rogue.
Dude, that's messed up.
Whatever happened to trusting one another?
It's possible for one of us to succumb to mind control as well.
None of us would have ever come up with a plan for you, though.
Then you're all fools. Tonight proves that. Elseworld versions of myself attacked you, and had you planned for it, then things may have turned out differently.
That's not the point.
Then what is?
If you don't already know, then there's no point in trying to explain. It's not like you're actually doing anything to contribute to the team anymore anyways, so just go.
Barry.
Guys, come on! All we have left is each other, and there aren't very many of us to begin with. Let's just try to get along.
No, I agree with Barry. What Bruce did was a breach of our trust. He also no longer holds the title of Batman. As such, I think he should leave.
Hang on! Let's hear what the new guy has to say.
It shouldn't surprise any of us that Bruce did what he did. If any of you know him like I do, then you would have guessed he'd do something like this. It's just... I would have liked to believe that you would have changed. For a while, I thought he did.
If that's how you all feel, then there's no need for a vote. I don't belong here.
You guys don't think you were a little harsh?
What Bruce did was a breach of our trust.
Superman once told me that adults make mistakes just as much as kids do. I don't need to wait until I'm older to understand that much.
Am I that bad with kids?
Just give him some time. Maybe that's what we all need. A little time.
Let's just hope we have enough of it left.
If you think spontaneously buying me dinner is enough to make up for how long you've been gone, then you have another thing coming.
What if I throw in dessert?
Depends on what it is.
Good thing they left the menu then.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, Carol? I've been thinking lately. The reason why I haven't been around is because I was afraid. Afraid of commitment. But something happened recently that made me realize I need to stop letting fear control me. So I want to overcome my fear and ask, will you marry me?
Oh my God.
You failed me yet again.
If that's what you want to believe.
What I believe is what I can see, and I see all throughout the multiverse. Do not forget that it was I who rescued you from the demise of your world.
Oh, I know that. I appreciate your teachings. However, I wish to teach you as well.
What could you possibly teach a higher being such as myself?
You say that only a Flash can defeat you. Red Death was meant to draw them out. Why can't the same be said for my Dark Knights and the Justice League of Earth Prime?
If I am to devour this world, they cannot be in my way.
I pledge to you, the Flash and the Justice League will die. Just give me more time.
Time? I'm tired of waiting. I don't intend to devour worlds one at a time anymore. I intend for their crisis to be infinite. And that crisis on infinite Earths begins when I please.